What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol MRK for Merck & Co. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, this will, of course, be an update. We've talked about it in the past. However, we should start with a fresh daily roadmap, noting that we've had some downs, some ups, and then right back down to the downside. So, coming in for a fresh daily roadmap, pointing out obvious areas of support and resistance. Some of them will be in play, not all of them, but we just want to get a sense for where we're kind of trading, and then we'll go from there. This looks like an important set of lows in here as well, close to about 72. We'll pick this bottom at around, let's call it 71 the whole dollar. We don't want to cherry pick the 70.89, but 71, the even number, will work. And then let's also, just because I don't really understand what's going on from a structural perspective, we'll go out to like a 2-year weekly. And that's not helping too much. I'm trying to get a sense for what we're doing over the course of multiple years here. Are we in an uptrend, downtrend? I mean, obviously we've been sideways. Overall, an uptrend, but what's kind of interesting about this actually is that this could be classified as like a multi-year range, noting that it kind of started in mid-2018 back here. You can see how that kind of lines up with that time frame. And this sort of brings up an interesting perspective, right? And usually we're talking about day trades, short-term price action. But if you're a longer-term sort of investor, swing trader, it would at least be reasonable that if we continued to see some downside in the stock, this down here looks like a very attractive entry point for a potential long, looking for a reversal off of the multi-year range low, right? You could easily scoop up some shares around 72, build a little bit more of a position around 71. Maybe it never gets there. We sort of, have this 75 on our hands. Fine. Basically, what we're looking at is a stop under this for a retracement back up towards the highs. Now, I'm not saying this unfolds over the course of like a week or a month or anything like that, but you can see how from a longer term perspective, that could be one potential trade idea here inside of Merck/investment. Okay, that's if you believe in the company and its fundamentals. Let's get to what we do best though, which is of course short-term price action analysis. So coming back into the daily, what I would point out about the candles back to back here looked bullish, and then obviously we gap down underneath, we fill the gap overhead, and then completely crumble into the end of the day here. So fairly bearish right now. All of these people are potentially overhead supply. Doesn't mean every last one of them has to sell here, but those people are now all feeling the pain of being underwater on their position. Do they sell at some point? Maybe, right? We don't know that for sure, but these people are definitely overhead supply. If the move is lower, as we pointed out from the weekly, the support zone is from about 72 down to 71. Keep an eye out for that. The candlestick from today's session, certainly bearish, all punctuated by bearish volume down below as well, being elevated on par with some of these spikes from in the past. So to me, looks like we do have some more downside in the tank. Also combine that with some catalysts here. You can see there were a number of downgrades here, adjustments of the price target. There's some concerns with the sickness pill, if you catch my drift. And overall, I could potentially see it going lower is what I'm getting at. On the 30-minute chart, how does this pan out? How does it add up in terms of structure and pattern? Certainly sort of checks out in my estimation. I mean, to me, just a beautiful 30-minute bear flag retesting this 75 prior area of support, which has now been broken down. Ultimately, the question will be, and we don't know for sure just yet, in the post-market, we're 74.75 by 74.92, so literally right at this area. If we open above, fine, more bullish, right? We've essentially negated this as a bear flag. If we open below, look and continue to watch for bear flag consolidation and a breakdown underneath today's lows at 74 even, take you closer to that 72 target. That's the downside case here inside of Merck. Now, how does it pan out with our Fibonacci's? This will be the last thing we do, then we'll send you on your way. What you'll notice is that this 75 area is not even the 38.2. So technically speaking, we have a little more wiggle room to the upside, and still, this is bear flag consolidation. Breakdown takes you into those lows as discussed. The only change in this stock, in my estimation, is if we can start closing candles above the 38.2. Notice also how it's the early morning sort of support point in here. So again, anyone who was sort of speculating long in this area who got sort of taken to the woodshed, if you catch my drift, those people could get out for a break even on the back test of 75.35. It's the 38.2. I mean, to me, it just looks like the perfect storm for a bit of resistance here on the back test of that area. Looks bearish overall, as I'm sure you've sort of, established that viewpoint throughout the course of the video. So not really looking for longs. Chart doesn't look great. The only reason we would get long or look for some sort of reversal higher is if we close candles over the 38.2 and maybe there's a big momentum run on some sort of news about the sickness and maybe their potential cure in pill form being approved or checking out or some development there. It would need a catalyst and it would need to be up above that 38.2 as we mentioned. So that's going to wrap up the video. video. If you enjoyed it or learned anything new today, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.